This is CBC Here and Now.
Deadly details, the moments before Hannah Thorne's death.
I can't believe that somebody I trusted betrayed me so devastatingly.
Now her ex-fiancé, a wanted man, is looking for women in this province.
The doctor's advice he didn't follow.
I would have went back to him then. I got some showing up, I guaranteed.
But he's lived to be 100.
Shower chances again for Friday and through the holiday long weekend, but there's sunshine in the forecast too. I'll let you know where and when coming up.
Well, today in a Harbour Grace courtroom, we learned exactly what happened in the moments leading up to the crash that killed 18-year-old Hannah Thorne.
Brian King, who pleaded guilty to street racing causing death, sat quietly as Thorne's family listened to the painful details. Here Now's Terry Roberts has our story.
This is the Hyundai Accent that Hannah Thorne and her grandmother were in after it was hit head-on at high speed by this much heavier vehicle, a Ford pickup. 81-year-old Gertie Thorne at the wheel, her body shattered, 2 months in hospital. Her granddaughter, Hannah Thorne, in the passenger seat, dead at the scene. This man, Brian King, at the wheel of the Ford, no insurance, already on probation, street racing with Stephen Mercer. It started here in Greens Harbor around 5 o'clock on July 7th, 2016. And continued for nearly 10 kilometers speeding until tragedy struck right here. A no passing zone. At the crest of a small hill, Mercer passed another vehicle and pulled back into his lane. King tried to do the same, but didn't have time. Investigators believe King's truck was traveling at 130 kilometers per hour when it smashed into the small car. And according to one witness, his first concern was for his own future, reportedly saying, "She's dead. My life is effed." King has pleaded guilty to a charge of street racing causing death. Mercer is fighting the charges against him in Supreme Court and may not go to trial until next year. King refused to make any comment today and will be back in court November 20th to hear victim impact statements. Hannah Thorne's family and friends took in all the horrific details, but declined to speak to us. Terry Roberts, CBC News, on Route 73 near New Harbour.
The incoming mayor of St. John says it's time to look at new ways to get drivers to slow down in residential neighborhoods. Danny Breen says the city does the best it can to calm traffic, but believes photo radar cameras could make a difference. The cameras clock vehicles traveling above the speed limit. Drivers are then ticketed or charged without being pulled over by a police officer. Radar cameras aren't currently used in the province, but the new mayor says there could be a pilot project in the near future.
More on a story we brought you last night. CBC News has learned that more than half of new parking meters installed by the City of St. John's have been damaged in the last 2.5 years, often by thieves going after the money inside. The report says the city bought 1,200 new meters back in 2013 and ran into problems almost immediately. Poles had to be cut because screens were too high to read. And since 2015, more than half of the meters are inactive due to vandalism or maintenance issues. Now, on average, a meter collects almost $7 a day and brings in about $3 in ticket revenue. That's roughly $10 total. With 180 meters out of service, that's just under $1,800 a day in lost revenue. Councillor Sandy Hickman says the loss impacts the city's budget. He's suggesting an alternative method to paid parking, like a kiosk, much like how parking is handled at the airport.
Tonight on CBC Investigates, a cautionary tale about who you meet online. An Ontario woman says she lost more than $15,000 in cash and belongings to a man she met on the dating website Plenty of Fish. And now she's warning women in St. John's to beware of Donald John Cameron. Here Now's Ryan Cook has our story.
Mary Lee McGinnis thought she'd met her dream man.
Mr. Cameron was perfect. He held open doors, he was very kind, he would buy me flowers for no reason at all.
Until, she says, he ruined her life. This is Donald John Cameron, the dream man she described, with a secret past. On the day Cameron left Sudbury, McGinnis says he left with precious goods, including their wedding bands and engagement rings, which she bought. Cameron arrived in St. John's in early September and immediately began finding dates on Plenty of Fish. He was also posting items for sale on Facebook, at least one of which belonged to Mary Lee McGinnis. This Canon camera was listed on a local buy and sell page where Utsab Basu saw it. The young MUN student began haggling with Cameron, but found something strange.
I got into suspiciously because, whatever deal I was giving him, he was saying, yes, I can go down about that. And so I had really no idea, what was going on.
Basu knocked him down from around $400 to $150. Meanwhile, McGinnis had been tipped off to Cameron's history of deception. She found a wanted ad from Kelowna, BC, and began posting it on Facebook buy and sell pages in St. John's.
Would you say that this is the same man?
This is the same man. But
Utsab Basu says the man in the wanted poster is the same man he bought the camera from. The serial number even matches. So we did some digging. CBC News unearthed dozens of charges in 9 cities across Canada. Court documents show the same first, middle, and last name as the Donald Cameron wanted in Kelowna. The earliest known offenses are in London, including assault and harassment charges. In Oshawa, he stole a woman's car, damaged her house, and defrauded another woman out of a vehicle. And while he has convictions in some cities, he skipped town in these places and is considered a wanted man with active warrants. Cameron has no charges against him in Sudbury or here in St. John's. He called CBC News yesterday to say that the allegations against him are false. He also said the warrants in 5 cities around Canada are baseless and said he's never even been convicted of a crime. Cameron is also threatening to sue CBC News for slander and defamation. Cameron also says McGinnis is trying to commit insurance fraud, but she has denied that allegation.
As well as being wonderfully kind and generous with his time, he was equally vicious and vindictive. But I guess if he has his back up against a wall, he'll do anything to get out of it.
She wants women everywhere to be warned. Beware of that dream man you meet online. Ryan Cook, CBC News, St. John's.
Take our first real look at the weather as a tease, probably. We were talking about chilly temperatures yesterday, but today, pretty nice.
Yeah, and I hear that there are more summer-like temperatures on the way, perhaps?
Yeah, later in the show, in the 7-day, it's jam-packed full of temps into the teens, even some 20-degree temps in the 7-day. So yeah, some good news there. Now, in the shorter term, if you're heading out this evening, definitely a bit of a breeze out there. Temps not bad, 14 degrees in St. John, 17 in Gander, 16 in Badger. Where you really feel that breeze is where it's coming in from the Gulf of St. Lawrence, Corner Brook and Stephenville at 12 and 13 degrees, and single-digit temperatures today across Labrador, and just 3 degrees in Nain right now, 2 in Makovic. A cold front that's moving across the island, bringing certainly some increased cloud cover, a couple of showers, but all the shower activity looks to have pushed offshore now, and that's some good news there. So a very quiet evening across the island as we back things out. This is the next weather maker, a trough that's going to be moving through Labrador tonight, Newfoundland tomorrow with, yes, more shower chances, but similar to today, it'll be quite light in terms of those showers across central, even eastern Newfoundland. Not until tomorrow evening. It's the west coast that'll see the most steady showers. The same thing, like it was a pretty wet start there along western parts of Newfoundland this morning. The other thing to mention tonight, the harvest moon. And so if you're looking to get a glimpse of that, the clouds, I think, hanging on the Avalon until as we roll towards the midnight hour, a little after. That's where we'll really start to get into some of those nice clear breaks and a nice bright start to St. John's in the east for tomorrow. Once again, the west coast will be the cloudy place to start the day, where we'll have a better chance of seeing some showers into the mix, as well as southeastern Labrador. Happy Valley Goose Bay, a slight lingering shower in the morning, mainly cloudy skies in the west. We'll break down Friday and your weekend details a little bit later on. Carolyn?
Thanks, Ryan. Here and Now has exclusive details tonight about a recent attack at Her Majesty's Penitentiary. Late last month, a motorcycle club member was assaulted by a newly formed group inside the prison, and that has people there feeling uneasy. Here and Now's Ariana Calland is live with the details. So Ariana, what can you tell us about this?
Well, the RNC was called to HMP 2 weeks ago. Accused murderer Al Potter was attacked, but his injuries weren't discovered until the next day. Now, Potter is a big-time player. He's a known member of the Vikings Motorcycle Club, which police say is an affiliate of the Hells Angels. He has a lengthy criminal history and is in HMP on charges of first-degree murder in the death of Dale Porter in North River in 2014. Now, sources say Potter was assaulted by a newly formed group of inmates. They call themselves the Kings of Chaos, and while we don't know much about the legitimacy of this group, sources say tension is heightened at the penitentiary over fears of a retaliation attack because of the connections that Potter has. Now, we do know that staff at HMP have had to deal with a number of high-risk incidents over the last 5 years: riots, assaults, lockdowns, the most serious of which being the Chapel riot of 2014. That attack was also believed to be in retaliation and has resulted in a lawsuit against the province for failing to protect that inmate involved.
Okay, so Ariana, what are officials saying about all this tonight?
Well, the RNC says that it is investigating and no one has been charged. The Department of Justice does confirm that an assault took place but didn't elaborate, citing privacy concerns. It also wouldn't say if there's a new gang or group at HMP, but did say that when a security risk is identified, the proper protocols are put in place. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Ariana Kelland.
Well, it is a milestone, and many of us could only hope to reach the ripe old age of 100.
Yes, but that's what Lloyd Seward of Bishops Falls is celebrating this week, and he was kind enough to allow Here and Now's Garrett Barry to spend some of his big day with him.
What do you get when you turn 100? A song, a big cake, and a chance to look back.
Why no different? It just tells me I'm 100. That's all I know. Do you believe it? No difference whatsoever when they told me I was 70. Yep.
You can fit a lot into a century. Born in 1917, Seward was a contractor, a fisherman, a railway fireman, quitting that to join the Navy.
When the war started then, I got anxious to go. Yeah. Listen to what the Germans were doing with the Poles and all that. Yeah. I want to get over there. So February 1940, I left.
He got hurt but refused to go home. He eventually joined the HMS Exeter. Sunk in the Battle of the Java Sea, he was taken prisoner of war.
Now, when I got in there with the Japanese, the best thing I could do is try to speak the language. Because if a Japanese spoke to you and you couldn't understand him, if he'd get mad and he'd maybe give you a kick or a punch. But if you could speak the language to him, it was a different world altogether. Yep. Well, I went in there weighing 150 pounds, and when I come out, I was 78. You see, you never get a 3-course meal every day. Yep.
He left the Navy 2 years after war ended, returned to North America, married, had a family. Took his turn at a few more careers, working as an engineer, helping build a hospital, and eventually retiring from the public service.
He used to call me the quitter because I would be on a job for so long and get to, know the best part of it. Then I wanted to move on to another one. Yeah. And just called me the quitter because I was quitting jobs. So.
During his time, the world has truly transformed.
Where I worked down the mill, that I figured that's going to be there forever. That's all gone. Yeah, not a thing, no, that's all gone. See, they says the good old days in Newfoundland. It wasn't very good old days. No. Well, it wasn't a big lot of, see, you had no paved roads or nothing. Oh, just one-way roads, yeah. And there was a lot of unemployment.
So what's the secret to a long life? Seward says follow your doctor's advice the first time.
So the doctor said, well, you got to quit smoking. You got to cut back on them. instead of me cutting back, I started smoking night time. But when I went back to him then, I got some showing up, I guarantee. He just told me how stupid I was now. Uncle Dale was never. I said, good enough. He said, well, I'm just trying to help you.
He's always had an independent streak, but that advice served him well. After all, he's celebrating a landmark most of us will only dream of. Garrett Berry, CBC News, Bishops Falls.
Well, that's great. He's in fine form.
He's remarkable. I'd say it's determination that's kept him going. He's very strong-willed.
So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Just ahead, we'll tell you why all these men climbed to a rooftop in Port Blandford this weekend after a call went out for help.
And later, the sweet sounds from a string of young and talented local musicians. Well, Glynis Warren of Port Blandford no longer has to worry about her roof developing a leak this winter or anytime soon for that matter. She had it reshingled on the weekend. Now that's not normally a big deal, but how it all came together certainly is. People in the community headed to her home on Saturday and did the roofing job for her. To get the details, I've reached Glynis Warren's daughter, Carol Warren, in Southern Harbor, where she works. Well, Carol, how's your mom's roof looking?
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Take us back a bit. Tell us how this all came about.
Well, it was time for the roof to be reshingled. It hadn't been since 1996, and it was time. So my sister, Darlene Greening, and her husband, Darren Greening, they made the arrangements, and the shingles, the supplies came to the house, and once Mom had the supplies, Darren called the neighbors and let them know, some of the neighbors, that Mom's roof was needing to be shingled, and lo and behold, the crowd turned up on Saturday morning. It was quite spectacular, actually, to drive through and see them all there.
Well, we've seen the picture of them, and it does look like quite the sight. Carol, what is it about your mother or your community that would prompt people to come together like this?
My mother is an amazing woman. I'll say that, and she's very helpful to the community, very supportive of the community, and the community itself is very supportive of each other. And it's just what happens when there's a job to be done in the community, and everybody just pulls together. It's not necessarily, for my mother that folks would do this. It's for everyone. The community is just a warm, wonderful, supportive network of people who come together for each other.
Wow, so this is a very common thing in Port Blandford. It's only a small community of about 600 or so, but as you said, they're all looking out after each other.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And to you personally and to your mom, I mean, what was it like to see all those people giving up their day?
I pulled up about 10 o'clock, I guess. I had an uncle, actually, who was in hospital, who I went to visit on my way to my mom's brother, who was fine. And when I got there, it was about 10 o'clock. And I was just, I can just contain it now. It was very emotional to see all of those people there giving up their time, as you said. And my mother, I had called her at 7 o'clock, 7:30, and said, "Are you awake yet? You got people coming?" She said, "My goodness, they're on the roof already." And she was so happy that everybody came to help. But it just makes you realize, in a world that's so full of terrible things, it seems these days, that you just got to look across the road to your neighbors, and there are wonderful things that are happening. It's amazing.
I think I know the answer to this, but I mean, what does this kind of gesture leave you with, Carol?
It certainly leaves me with faith in mankind and our brothers and sisters. There are a few bad seeds out there, I guess. However, there's many good people, and sometimes we just need to stop and reflect and realize that.
Well, Carol, you said your mom at 7 o'clock in the morning said the workers were already there. I gather they went from about 6:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon, and then there was a big mug up out in the shed. How did that go?
That was great. As a matter of fact, they all had lunch. I had just finished the last of the soup today. Actually, Mom and my sister had made some soup, and they had everybody had come in on shifts for lunch, of course, to the house. Then after they went to my father's shed, my late father's shed, where they had a mug up and got to share some stories about Dad and what he would have felt if he was there with us today, and it was quite nice, actually.
That sounds just wonderful. Carol Warren, thank you so much for telling us about the generosity of all those people in Port Blandford.
Thank you. And to everybody in Port Blanford and to all who helped out, we thank you so, so much. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, so generous.
Yeah, and as Carol was saying, really, there are good people out there. We hear an awful lot of negativity, but there are good people, and I think Glynis's roof will survive whatever Ryan comes up with this winter. Let's hope.
Well, still to come, why a fuss with the tax man means no Java right now at the St. John's coffee shop.
This weather update is brought to you by the Take Charge Business Efficiency Program. Over 400 businesses have saved energy and taken charge of their bottom line. Find out how you can too.
So we're on the cusp of a long weekend. People thinking ahead, making plans, maybe going out of town.
Yep.
How are things looking for those hitting the roads?
Yeah, and as we were saying just off air, safe to say a few people taking tomorrow too and hitting the road tomorrow. So good driving conditions tomorrow pretty much across the province. Some showers, but nothing to impede travel, which is good. Saturday also looking like a good travel day if you can't hit the road until Saturday. Let's look at your weather on the way headlines. Some showers in the mix certainly as we roll through tonight and into tomorrow. Thanksgiving weekend weather is looking not bad. Saturday looks pretty good. Monday looks warm and really nice. A little bit breezy, but certainly warm. It's Sunday that will bring the rain into Labrador, some showers into Newfoundland, and temps, yes, into the teens and even the 20s in that 7-day forecast. And we'll talk about that. And speaking of 20s, how about Badger? Central Newfoundland, 20 degrees today, the high, so warmer than forecast. A little cooler than forecast here in St. John's. My forecast high was 18, only got to 16 at YYT. Did get a little bit warmer in some pockets of Metro, but generally that cloud built in a little earlier than forecast, and that hurt our temperature. Right on par for the western parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. As expected, we're in those single digits as well. 3 to as warm as 7 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, though warmer in the southeast, obviously. Current temperatures, you can see where 12 degrees in St. Anthony, 17 in Gander. It is 14 in St. John's. And winds are again in from the west right now as that front's been racing through. Some pretty gusty winds near 50 kilometers per hour in St. John's. Everywhere else, the wind is becoming a little bit lighter on the other side of this front, which again has really been building up the cloud cover. That front is moving off, which is good news for the island. Things become quite quiet tonight, only for our next trough to roll in very quickly overnight tonight. Labrador City already starting to see a couple of showers. Look at the latest webcam there. You can see 5 degrees right now in Wabash, and that webcam showing nicely a few spits on the lens there, on the housing outside of the webcam. And those showers along that trough move into Happy Valley Goose Bay. Watch your timeline here above me, that 11 p.m. rather. And by the time we get to tomorrow morning, the best shower chances will be from Makovic down through Cartwright to the Straits, and then approaching Corner Brook for the early morning hours, as well as the Northern Peninsula. It's a nice start in central and eastern parts of Newfoundland. As a result of those clear skies, winds light-ish, but certainly I think steady enough to keep temperatures generally above the freezing mark at 1 in Grand Falls, Windsor, and Badger, 7 in St. John's. And as we roll throughout the day tomorrow, that trough will wander eastward. So by noon, it's into the central parts of Newfoundland, hitting the northeast coast through the afternoon hours tomorrow. We'll roll out a round of rumble of thunder with this as well. Certainly within the possibilities. Those showers at times could be certainly steady for the northeast coast tomorrow. That's the best potential. In St. John's, I think that front will roll through tomorrow evening after supper time. That's where we'll get into our best shower chances here. Certainly the clouds building up into the afternoon with southwesterly winds, but because of that nice southwest flow, I think we'll be back in that 16, 17 degree range for tomorrow. A little bit cooler with those showers and that cloud a little bit earlier in the day for central Newfoundland, 14, 15 there, and cooler with those onshore winds. The showers clear, afternoon sun, but yeah, winds off the Gulf will keep temps near 14 there. Into the low double digits for the southeast tomorrow with showers clearing. Happy Valley Goose Bay, a nice day, and yes, just 2 and 3 degrees in through western Labrador with a risk of a flurry. We'll talk more about that and your complete long weekend forecast in just a few minutes. Carolyn.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, it looks like another business in St. John's is closing, but not because of the tough economy. The owner of Fixed Coffee is in a standoff with the Canada Revenue Agency over a tax debt. John House says his company paid the money owed, but the CRA claims it didn't receive those payments. Now, the money mix-up means House may have to close one of his coffee shops for good.
We're closed today because last Thursday, unfortunately, we had our bank accounts frozen by the CRA and $52,000 garnished by the CRA.
How did that happen?
It's still a mystery. We have made payments over the last few months totaling $51,000 that the CRA cannot locate. Both locations are closed today. We have no money left. We met with employees this morning. I managed to get money from my credit card to pay them, and we're planning on reopening one location tomorrow, but this location will be permanently closed.
Permanently closed because of this mix-up with the CRA?
We don't have enough cash flow anymore to pay bills on both locations.
Do you have any idea how this happened?
I'm really not sure. We sent them a series of checks to come out every week. Those checks have been cashed in part and are still being cashed, one yesterday, but the CRA cannot locate any of that money. They say the checks have never been received. We also made a series of payments electronically that have been misallocated, and the CRA claims they were never received either.
And you have records of all of this.
I have records of all of it, and our CRA collections officer says they don't exist.
But you have the proof.
I have the proof, but that'll take weeks in court with lawyers and accountants, and by that time, we'll be bankrupt. Here we have 3 checks, $5,000 each, that have been paid to the Receiver General at the Canada Revenue Agency and cashed. All 3 of them have been cashed.
This here shows that it's been cashed.
Correct. But the CRA cannot locate these checks or the remaining checks totaling $45,000 that they have. Here's the debt they claim we owe.
$57,000.
$57,000. Again, $52,000 was removed from our account on Monday. What happened here is I made payments on this debt, and it appears that they've been misallocated into these accounts, but also they're lost along with the checks. Our collections manager says he cannot see these either. They do not exist.
But you can see them.
I can see them. They've been paid. I have bank records proving they've been paid.
It's too bad he couldn't just get all these papers and just bring them into the CRA and say, look.
Yeah. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
There's no person to bring them to.
This whole process is costing you above and beyond just what you owed in taxes.
That's right. Now we owe $10,876 in interest on this amount. Some of that we owe properly from previous debts, but a lot of it is from this confusion. We also have been charged about $2,000 in check bouncing fees by our bank, and of course we'll have to pay our accountants and our lawyer to deal with this.
Wow.
So we're looking at a lot of money.
And how many employees do you have?
We have 18 employees. We had a meeting this morning. It was very rough. I managed to get all of them paid in cash. Their paychecks bounced last week, so they all are behind on their rent this month. It's very unfortunate. We had a meeting asking whether or not they wanted to stay and work with the company or walk away. Did they want to take the risk and come back to work tomorrow? All of them have said they'll come back to work for now. And when our accountant called the CRA collections officer and told him, how would you feel if you are now needlessly bankrupting or potentially bankrupting a business that has 18 employees and generates $200,000 a year in tax revenue? Like, how do you feel about this? And the collections officer said, that's not my concern.
It's definitely your concern.
It's definitely my concern and all of my staff.
One final note on this story, the Canada Revenue Agency tells me that it can't comment on this case specifically because of privacy laws. It says people are expected to file their taxes and pay any money owed on time. And it says if that doesn't happen, the agency will work towards reaching a payment arrangement before garnishing funds or taking any kind of legal action. And finally, the CRA says it takes firm action for anyone who avoids paying amounts that are due.
The Villanova Plaza at CBS.
Up next, a vigil that will leave you with tears in your eyes. We'll hear from those whose lives will never be the same because of missing or murdered women and girls from this province. Welcome back, everyone. Well, last night we were at Bannerman Park in St. John's as people were gathering for the In Her Name Vigil, an event to honor and remember murdered and missing women and girls from this province.
Yes, 117 names of women and girls were read aloud by loved ones who were sometimes overcome with emotion by the painful memories of loss.
Julianne, our daughter, was shot to death at her doctor's office in the Villanova Plaza at CBS.
Chrissy Pridham Newman, January 21st, 2007. She was 28 years old from St. John's. Chrissy was a mother, a student, the youngest flight attendant with first year, and a businesswoman. Most importantly, she was my niece, and I loved her dearly.
Quinn Butt, April 24th, 2016, 5 years old, Carbonear. Quinn was a child from Paradise. Her father is currently on trial for her murder.
Anne Marie was a mother of one son and heavily involved in her community. She was murdered in Kilbride by her former partner. Her body was found 2 months later on September 2nd in the woods near Capahaden.
Anne Maria Lucas, September 21st, 2003, 56 years old, Stephenville. Anne was a Mi'kmaq woman who was beaten to death by her ex-common law partner with a metal bar in her apartment. Her ex-common law partner was under a restraining order at the time.
Loretta Saunders, February the 13th, 2014, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Loretta was an Inuk woman from Labrador who was murdered. She was pregnant at the time. Her body was found in a hockey bag along the highway in New Brunswick.
She was a student at St. Mary's University doing her thesis on missing and murdered Indigenous women. I miss her every day. She was my aunt.
Joanne Anderson, May 21st, 1991, age 70, Maine, Labrador. Joanna was an Inuk woman and a mother of 4. Her throat was cut and she was stabbed to death by a man known to her. We continue to seek more information about her life.
Courtney Lake, June 7, 2017, age 24, Mount Pearl. My daughter Courtney went missing June 7th. Her disappearance is now a homicide investigation. Her killer or killers remain at large. Our hearts are forever broken. Courtney leaves behind a loving family, including a 7-year-old son.
We dedicate tonight's show to all the victims and their families, and to the first responders, and to the doctors and nurses who are working around the clock to save lives.
Celine Dion dedicated her Tuesday night Las Vegas show to the victims of Sunday's mass shooting. Dion says she struggled to decide whether to perform so soon after the attack, but she wanted to show support for victims and their families. We have the latest on that tragedy in just a few minutes.
Time now to introduce our young athlete of the day. This is 4-year-old Reagan Lucas of Mount Pearl.
Reagan recently completed her first year of Timbits soccer and she loved playing.
Congratulations, Reagan. You're today's young athlete of the day.
Soccer is supposed to be over, but not with these temperatures. It seems like you can go out and play it.
And you know what? That is a great thing for the long weekend. When families gather, often the houses are crowded, and it's like, can we kick the kids outside or what? You will be able to kick the kids outside for Monday. Sunday, a little on the showery side, especially for Western Newfoundland and Labrador, but warm. Let's talk about those temperatures and have a look at current temps on the rise over southern parts of the Maritimes, already into the high teens, low 20s. We did get to 20 degrees in Badger today as well. More of that in the long-range forecast as those high teens and 20s are on their way out on the other side of this front. We're not bad tomorrow into those mid-teen temps, but again, more warmer air climbing up and into our neck of the woods as we roll towards the Monday, Tuesday time period of next week. So a couple days to wait, but certainly worth the wait. Anytime you can get into that warm air this time of year. Let's kick things off with this evening. You can see clearing out nicely across the island. Shower chances moving in to Western Newfoundland again by tomorrow morning. Those showers slide through Labrador tonight pretty quickly. Lingering showers for the southeast tomorrow morning. But again, it's a pretty quiet day for most of Labrador tomorrow. Some building clouds and a chance of a late day flurry in the west. On the island, Friday afternoon showers into central, the northeast coast later afternoon, and St. John's with a risk for tomorrow evening. But I think tomorrow generally is dry here across the Avalon and even the Burin Peninsula, 17 degrees. A little bit cooler with that increased cloud cover earlier for the west coast and, of course, central Newfoundland, and just 3 degrees the high in Labrador City for tomorrow. Now, for Friday evening into the overnight, that trough kicks out. A little area of high pressure comes in and brings us a pretty nice little Saturday. Winds in from the west, not a terribly warm day, but seasonal. In Labrador, this cold front will move through and not really a big precip maker, but certainly it's going to keep the clouds dominant. Chance of a shower, maybe even a late day flurry as that colder air will sink in to the southeast in places like Happy Valley Goose Bay by Saturday night. So keep that in mind. 12 to 14 degrees on the island. Now, an outlook for Saturday night and in through Sunday. It's, I think, a pretty quiet start, even some sunshine early on for eastern and central parts of Newfoundland. The rain builds in pretty quickly for western parts of Labrador, central, and I think certainly afternoon rains on the way for western parts of the island. For central, certainly shower chances for the afternoon, and I think St. John's, depending on the forecast model you look at, which they're still a little at odds, the timing of that looks like maybe a mid to late afternoon shower arrival in terms of those chances of showers moving into the region. So you can see temps though on the rise, pretty nice, 15, 16 degrees, and anywhere from 6 in the north to 16 in through southern parts of Labrador. Monday, lingering showers on the Avalon. We're clearing out quite nicely across the rest of the island. Monday afternoon, looking nice across the board. And look at this nice southwest wind that's coming in ahead of the system on Tuesday, which we'll be keeping an eye on. Then the winds shift on Wednesday. So we're into 2 real nice days, and then the winds are back to the north. And so when you look at that 7-day trend, I'm sure you're going to like the Monday, Tuesday outlook. Wednesday, again, the winds shift through the day with showers, and then we're back into the single digits by Thursday. So a little taste of everything in the 7-day, which is, I guess, typical for this time of year. In Labrador, again, temps peak on Sunday into Monday, falling off through next week.
Well, it's time now to meet the Young Virtuosi, a string quartet of young, talented musicians in St. John's. Now, this morning, they performed on the St. John's Morning Show. The members of the Suzuki Talent Education Program have a fundraiser concert on Sunday at 1:30 at the Anglican Cathedral. But for now, here's Sydney Chislett, Isaac Piercy, and Serena Piercy performing this morning alongside their director, Jennifer Johnson.
Tell us about these amazing young musicians that are here this morning.
Okay. Well, they are some of the senior players from the Suzuki Talent Education Program, and they are called the Young Virtuosi for a reason. They're playing at a very high level, and the purpose of this group is a bit different than most string orchestras because our main focus is to let each one of them have a chance to be a soloist. So they rotate through the group, coming up and being a soloist, and the rest of them are the string orchestra behind them. Well, we, about a year and 3 months ago, decided that we needed to take them somewhere a bit more exciting than Clarenville, which is what we'd done the previous year. And so we decided on Boston because we had some colleagues there who would help us organize it. And they've been fundraising all year, but we've got everything all set. They're going to play a concert in New Hampshire with some other Suzuki programs. And then we'll also do a concert in Boston itself and do a lot of sightseeing along the way.
Talented bunch. Well, moving on to some other talent, 2 authors from this province are among the 5 writers nominated for the 2017 Governor General's Literary Award for English Fiction. And another author from here is nominated for adapting a novel into a play. Joel Thomas Hines is nominated for his novel, We'll All Be Burnt in Our Beds Some Night, while Kathleen Winter is in the running for her book Lost in September. Author and playwright Robert Chafe is nominated in the drama category for adapting Wayne Johnston's novel The Colony of Unrequited Dreams into a stage play. The Governor General Awards carry a prize of $25,000. The winners will be announced November 1st. Well, turning now to some national and international news. Police now say Stephen Paddock had a plan to survive and escape, that he had led a secret life, and that he may well have had an accomplice.
You got to make the assumption that he had to have some help at some point, and we want to ensure that that's the answer. Maybe he's a super guy.
Despite that comment, Stephen Paddock remains the only suspect in the deadly Las Vegas shooting. And as police investigations continue, new video has emerged of the chaos and confusion on Sunday night. It shows terrified concertgoers fleeing the hail of bullets fired by Paddock from the Mandalay Bay Hotel.
TransCanada has cancelled its Mammoth Energy East pipeline proposal. The project would have moved oil from Alberta and Saskatchewan to refineries in eastern Canada, adding 1,500 kilometres of new pipelines to an existing network. The company says it will take a $1 billion hit on the books in its next quarterly results because of the move. It has also killed its Eastern Mainline project, which would have transported natural gas along the north shore of Lake Ontario.
The federal government announced its joint suicide prevention strategy for the armed forces today.
Is a big step forward. This is about engaging everyone in a coordinated and collaborative effort to potentially save lives.
The plan was developed by the Canadian Armed Forces and Veterans Affairs Canada. The document cites more than 160 initiatives that are underway or in development. They include financial support for veterans who are dealing with mental health issues and more research into the complex issue of suicide.
Well, you're looking at our beautiful viewer picture of the day, and as we look forward to Thanksgiving long weekend, you may want to sprinkle of this community on the side of your plate. How's that for a clue?
Well, this week, lovers of the paranormal made a pilgrimage to a small town in Nova Scotia. 50 years ago yesterday, witnesses in Shag Harbor reported seeing a mysterious aircraft fly into the water. Military, police, and the Coast Guard searched for days, coming up empty. So the mystery endures for fans hoping for their own encounter with extraterrestrials.
Well, it was a rare treat for a young BC boy returning home from a family fishing trip.
Where is he?
Oh my goodness. 11-year-old Dawson Gage had a front row seat for a humpback whale breach and the intuition to turn around and pose for what could be the photo of the year. Almost seems like he planned it. But the guide leading the trip says a full breach like this is pretty rare, and suffice to say, Dawson nailed the pose and the whale nailed the landing. That's great.
Only this generation knows enough to turn around and look at the camera instead of the whale that's jumping, right? Yeah, you gotta love the selfies. Okay, picture of the day. I don't know whether I misled with this quote or not. Garnish, I thought, kind of goes on the side of the plate, right? So on Thanksgiving dinner, you'd have this community on the side of your Thanksgiving plate, and what a beautiful scene that is.
Oh, it looks like it's painted in watercolor. It is
gorgeous.
Stunning. Tonya Grandy, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. And I hope everybody else at home does too. We're going to sign off and leave that picture for you. And hope you come back here tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Good night.